in a position that's comfortable for you. Standing, sitting, laying down. Today I'll be sitting. Just get into a comfortable position, scan your body for tension, try and get your spine into some kind of alignment, and just find a neutral place for yourself, and just breathe into your belly for a few breaths. And if it's helpful to take really deep breaths, if it's helpful to breathe with your mouth open, to just kind of wake the breath up in the belly. If it's helpful, you can give your belly a bit of a massage. And you can rub into your ribs and your back space and your side space if that's useful. Sometimes I find it helpful to massage in under your ribs. It's quite an intense sensation, but if you can stomach it, I recommend it. Give your belly a bit of a rub. So now we're just going to soften into the breathing. We've woken up a little bit there. And keep breathing. And then, as we relax into our breathing, what I want you to do is I want you to start letting gravity pull your lower jaw down. If you're able to keep your lips softly together, this is great, but if not, don't stress. So we're just gonna just feel gravity pull. And then we will layer in, essentially we're trying to get ourselves to yawn. So as your lower jaw is being pulled down by gravity, I want you to see if you can lift the roof of your mouth on the inside as if you're going to yawn. And if you do yawn, that's great. It's fine. We're trying to create space inside. So imagine there's space being created between the top teeth and the lower row of teeth. Gravity is pulling the bottom. We're lifting the top and the roof of the mouth. Keep breathing. And if you make yourself yawn, good. Essentially, please keep breathing as I explain. What we are doing, essentially, by creating this space is when we vocalize, which we won't be vocalizing today, but when we do, we're creating a lot of space in the mouth. It's like a mini music auditorium, and those auditoriums are built acoustically to help sound travel. So by creating space on the inside, it's a mechanical adjustment we can make as performers to actually increase our volume and make our tone richer without having to do any kind of forcing when we're actually speaking. So we're just creating space. And by lifting the roof of the mouth, we're also creating space in the throat. See if you can also mechanically, I don't even know how to describe it, but just kind of imagine your throat as a wind tunnel, and we're connecting now the belly breathing. Because I tend to hold a lot of tension in my throat and my larynx, so see if you can let gravity pull that down as well. And then, as we keep breathing, we're going to start chewing a little bit. Just a piece of gum. Just one. Keep the breathing. And try and keep the space. So we're kind of patting our head and rubbing our belly. We're multitasking now. And then maybe 3 pieces of gum. So a bit more vigorous chewing. And don't be afraid to engage your whole face. I'm not here to look pretty. Then a whole pack of gum. And bigger. And keep trying to keep that space. In here. And connecting here. Now it's a piece of toffee. A really sticky piece of toffee. Don't be afraid to engage your tongue. That. Now it's a bigger piece of toffee. The biggest, stickiest piece of toffee you've ever had. And is it sweet? Is it sour? Maybe you really like it. Or and go through a range of emotions of how you feel about it in your mouth. The taste. Cool. And end once you've had enough of your toffee. It's really nice to kind of soften this area. Now I'll do a little bit of a massage. I know for myself it's the lower jaw that seems to be tense, so you might want to start up a bit higher and kind of give the top jaw a bit of love. And just have a feel around. Like here's the temple, and I can feel the top row of teeth right here. So kind of, I would recommend, which I'm not a spoken voice teacher, but I find it works to start at the top and work my way down and like kind of work with gravity. So that's kind of, I've seen teachers, you kind of press your thumb between the top and bottom row of teeth, kind of give it a little massage. That one is quite intense. And you can be as gentle or as vigorous, obviously not too vigorous, don't hurt yourself, but I'm applying a fair bit of pressure. And just, as I find right there, kind of just before the bottom row of teeth, there's a bit of, I can feel a fair bit of pressure there. And you can just apply some pressure. Good. And just kind of pull down. And then under the chin with your thumbs, where the root of the tongue is. And see if you can keep this breathing. I've been talking, but if you can keep this breathing, the roof of the mouth, and creating that space. That's good. All the way back. And even get up here, the back of the jaw. Then, for me personally, because I started as a singer before I started performing as an actor, I can move my larynx. If you can do that, my habit is my larynx lifts up, so I need to manually bring it down. I don't know how to describe doing it, but if you can't do it, sometimes it's helpful to just massage on either side of your larynx, and you can use your hand to kind of massage the larynx itself, but don't apply too much pressure to the larynx itself. But I hold a lot of tension in the front of my throat. Just downward motion. Keep breathing from the belly. And sometimes I even massage the larynx from side to side. And push it down. Very nice. And then to conclude, we'll just do a little rotate your tongue in one direction, touching, if you can, imaginatively touching every tooth, rotating 8 times one way and 8 times the other. Keep breathing, and try and keep space. I'll count. 8 one way, now the other. Keep space. And if you're able to try and maintain the space on the inside, the roof of the mouth lifted and the space in the throat while you do this, and even if you need to do fewer rotations, but get that feeling of the space while doing that simultaneously, I find it deepens the stretch, essentially. So I don't know about you, but I feel a bit more open here now. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Keep well.